So this works. What if I did this? What about now? This is something new we can do. We couldn't do this before. So now we've got strongest beat on beat 1, right? Most or biggest accent on beat 1. That has to be a consonant still, no matter what we're doing, unless it's a suspension. So the rules of third species counterpoint is what's going to govern us here. So what we have here is we don't have a note on beat 2, and that's okay. So beat 3 is going to be our second strongest beat, so that's going to need to be a consonant in this case, and this one can be a dissonance, beat 4. So we're going to pretend that we're looking at the rules of third species counterpoint here, and we have 4 quarter notes, even though we don't have one on beat 2. Now here's something else we could do. This is something new. I can go all the way up to eighth notes now. We couldn't do that in any counterpoint before, but now we can. And I'm going to do it with a neighbor tone. Any eighth note is going to be an allowed dissonance because it's in between our beats. So whenever you have an eighth note, the downbeat is going to be an accented beat, and the eighth note, the offbeat, is going to be unaccented, so it can be a dissonance. So using an eighth note for a neighbor tone like this, where we're going consonant, dissonant, consonant, back and forth to the same note, that can work. Because this can be a dissonance in between. Okay, so basically we can use any rhythmic subdivision we want. We can even go deeper into rhythmic subdivisions and use eighth notes. Now, let's take this cantus firmus that I wrote out here. This is actually a fairly famous one. So let's jump over a new video and let's write a counterpoint to this using fifth species counterpoint. Oh, one other thing. Fifth species counterpoint is also sometimes called free counterpoint because the rhythmic rules are pretty blurry. We can freely do whatever we want rhythmically as long as all the other rules hold true. As long as we don't make any parallels, as long as we keep track of our consonances and dissonances, and all of that, if we abide by all those rules, we're relatively free. We still have a lot of rules that we have to go by, but we sometimes call fifth species counterpoint free counterpoint.